What is up, guys? It is yours truly, King Ace, and I gotta come back and spin the block. We gotta do a review for this one. This is good. Like Good. This is good. With a T at the end. This is good. Straight up, a couple takeaways. Jiraiya is definitely the catalyst for the Rasengan as well as the Biju bombs. I love that because everybody kind of just made it seem like, even Jiraiya himself kind of made it seem like Minato just learned this out of nowhere. But then we see there's a couple references, not in necessarily in the one shot Minato, but in Naruto, the Rasengan is very similar to the Biju bomb. So this was great clarification as far as like who helped him along the way. He didn't just do this all by himself. There was a reference in order to make or to create said ninjutsu, the Rasengan, and as well as who named it. That was fire and where it comes from. And there was a lot to really kind of low-key break down in this video. We got to break down a lot, especially in this chapter in general. Like, Minato was pretty much on par with Hashirama as far as sealing jutsus. He is essentially on the Uzumaki level as far as sealing jutsu, even though he isn't an Uzumaki, further proving that he is a prodigy amongst prodigies, like above that of even Kakashi, Itachi. Minato low-key is kind of in a class of his own, straight up. I also like how Minato straight up is, I don't know, I don't really, he's the GOAT. He's straight up the GOAT. This just kind of just showed me that, like, one, going against the Four Tails and the Five Tails, Roshi and Han, that was fire to me. Not necessarily going head up, but like having even seen them and they wanted the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, they probably were trying to start a revolt. You know what I'm saying? Which is another reason why I would love to see something with the Jinchurikis. Like, why would you want the Nine Tails Jinchuriki? Four Tails and Five Tails from completely different villages, as far as my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But they probably wanted to start a revolt, and they probably wanted the Nine Tails and probably wanted other Tail Beast users, Jinchurikis, to start said revolt. They completely had mastery of said Tail Beast, which is kind of not necessarily a plot hole, but it doesn't really make sense because as far as we know, the Three Tails, Kagura, I believe the name, and Killer Bee at the time were the only two who actually had complete control over the Tail Beast. However, there's a difference between being in control and letting it control you and you being okay with it, if that makes sense. That's kind of like what it seems like in this case for the Four Tails and the Five Tails, Roshi and Han. I could be wrong, but again, that's just my takeaway from that point of view because that was just huge to me. One thing I kind of do dislike, not too much because again, we understand why he doesn't use this ability, but Sage Mode. I would like to see him use Sage Mode. I understand that it's not congruent to what his powers, and he's not necessarily stronger, but he uses it better without it, or he uses original ability, the Fire Rajin, the Rasengan, and all that stuff better as opposed to just trying to build up chakra or build up Sage energy to be in Sage Mode. I would have liked to see it. I like to see it as a six pass stays as a six pass right now. You know what I'm saying? Naruto Uzumaki, I would like to see it. The GOAT. There's definitely a couple more things I want to break down as far as this goes. Kushina, I like seeing her in the Tail Beast state. That was great. That's definitely a major takeaway. She was very cool. The whiskers were chef's kiss. That was excellent. Like beyond excellent. That was downright almost amazing. If you want to be honest, that was amazing. Love that. Anyways, I also want to talk about there's a couple of things. What was it? Damn, I don't know how the hell I'm missing this one. There's a couple of things. Kushina was pretty much confined to the village. It seems like, so while Naruto didn't have anybody to watch him or love him or cherish him, they were even more stricter, on Kushina, where she wasn't even able to step out a line even inside the village. Naruto could kind of go everywhere inside the village. Kushina, she couldn't even do that. So that was crazy how they kept her like, and it made sense. I mean, she is a Uzumaki. She came from it does make sense. But like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Also like seeing again, just the relationship between Kushina and Minato. Like this definitely seemed like Minato was helping her. He was pretty much gearing up to be her bodyguard, like her main bodyguard. How he made the Rasengan for her, just in case the Nine Tails ever tries to do what he just did in the one shot of the Minato chapter. Crazy. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, Kushina named the Rasengan. I mean, of course, from the Uzumaki clan, the Rasen, the Helix, all that stuff. That was just great. I mean, there's just so much this chapter honestly had in store for us. Like, and I keep calling it a chapter. I mean, obviously it was more than that, but it just in the panels, like Kishimoto's artwork. I mean, enough said. It was so good. Like, this was that. This was really that. Very, very good. Oh my gosh. And that final clash, that Rasengan and Biju bomb just clashing, that was that. That was his power is definitely on the next level. And I see a lot of Naruto in young Minato. A lot of Naruto and young Minato for sure. When Kishimoto was drawing him, I see a lot. So that was very cool. Reminiscent of Naruto, obviously the GOAT. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then also the last panel, pretty much just essentially displaying that he will be the fourth Hokage next to the first, second, and third Hokage. That was great. Again, this was pretty much a one shot of this was Kishimoto at his best. This was the Naruto the last, just Minato's point of view, in my opinion. You get the relationship, the story, but you also get like a little bit of developments between Kushina. You see the role Jiraiya plays. You see how Minato survived being like having a hole inside him, and Tsunade was there. And remember, this is pretty much Tsunade in her prime. This is like her at her like arguably very best. So it does make sense as to why he did survive. He was able to enter the space of Kushina where the Nine Tails is dormant at. That was dope. I don't know. There was a lot to definitely break down. I feel like we're definitely going to have to make a video on a lot of these topics in the one shot alone, in my opinion. I personally want to talk more about the Four Tails and Five Tails and why did they say they want to see the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. If you really want to fight us, you better bring the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Now, of course, you better bring the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. The Nine Tails can really actually compete. But I look at that as just like, that to me is like maybe a sign of they was revolting. Because again, from what we understand and what we know, they couldn't control the tailed beast. So for them to say that, for them to access his power, it just seems like there's way more. I don't know, man. I don't know. There was just way more to it than just, if you want to fight us, bring us the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. I could be wrong, but again, there's way more things to talk about. This is dope. Seeing Kurama in the headspace of Kushina, kind of fucking with her and whatnot, using every means to try to get out, being in second state, Tail B second state, and stabbing fucking Minato. That was crazy. There's so much. There's so much. Seeing Lady Mito, the wife, okay, of Hashirama, seeing her kind of instill a lot of her wisdom onto Kushina and having her just awake her mind, show her love and all that. That was great as well. There was just so much. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the third Hokage, but then again, oh, and I just seen this. I just see a young Kakashi and a young Obito and a young Might Guy. I didn't even see this in the first. See, when you go back and you rewatch and you reread, you start seeing things. Interesting. I didn't see that the first read. Wow. I like that. I like that a lot. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, this was kind of like a breakdown review. It was very great. It was definitely well worth the wait. This is Kishimoto at his finest. He displays the character as well as everybody else and really just brings everything together. How the Rasengan came to be, the exact power, where Minato ranks amongst the greats, seeing Kurama do his thing, the Four Tails, the Five Tails. It was actually, again, for 54 pages of a one shot. Yeah, 56 pages, excuse me. There was a lot to break down in here, like well more than 10 minutes, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until then, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's King Ace.